4. Foods should never touch, destroy your joints. 4. You must eat daily. Did you know that over 85% of Americans over 60 eat a particular category of food nearly every single day? It's something most of us have in our fridge right now. But what almost no one realizes is that for so many of us, there's a hidden mistake we're making when we choose these foods. It's a mistake that seems so innocent, but the consequences are anything but. This one error, made day after day, can quietly double your risk of a heart attack. It can even reduce your chances of celebrating that big 80th birthday by as much as 40%. And the most shocking part? New research suggests it could increase your risk of a stroke or another debilitating medical event by a staggering 80%. This isn't about scaring you. It's about revealing a secret that the big food companies don't want you to know. So what is this dangerous mistake? It's lurking right there in your refrigerator, often disguised as a simple, harmless snack. Today, we're going to expose 4 of the worst foods for your joints and your overall health. And more importantly, we'll reveal the 4 powerful allies you should be eating instead. But before we dive in, I want this to be a conversation, a community. Down in the comments below, please tell us where you're watching from, what your age is, and what's one food you eat almost every day. It could be a type of cheese, bread, anything at all. And while you're down there, if you find value in what we're doing, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us reach and help more seniors just like you. All right, now that we're all acquainted, let's get right to it. We're going to start with the good news first, because you deserve to know what to add to your diet, not just what to take away. Let's count down the 4 powerful allies for your health, starting with our number 4, aged Gouda. Now, when I say aged Gouda, I'm not talking about the young, soft kind in the red wax. I mean the real, hard, caramel-colored Gouda that's been aged for at least a year. So why is this specific cheese so good for you? The magic is in the aging process. As Gouda ages, something incredible happens. The proteins and sugars transform, creating a cheese that is not only rich in flavor, but also packed with a super nutrient that is critically important for us as we get older, vitamin K2. You see, most of us get enough vitamin K1 from leafy greens, but K2 is the rare form that acts like a traffic cop for calcium in your body. It directs calcium into your bones and teeth where it belongs, and keeps it out of your arteries and soft tissues where it can cause dangerous plaque buildup. I remember reading about a gentleman named Arthur from Ohio. Arthur was in his late 60s and was starting to feel that classic morning stiffness in his knees. He started adding just a small 1-ounce piece of authentic aged Gouda to his afternoon snack. After a few months, he was amazed. He said it wasn't a miracle cure, but he felt more nimble, and the simple act of getting up from his chair wasn't the creaky affair it used to be. That's the power of getting the right nutrients. So, how should you eat it? For the best flavor and to maximize the benefits, let it sit out and come to room temperature for about 20 minutes before you eat it. Pair it with a few walnuts or a slice of apple. A little goes a long way. Coming in at number 3 on our list of health heroes is authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, and I have to stress the word authentic. This is the real deal from Italy, not the stuff in the green shaker can. The reason it's a powerhouse is its own extensive aging process, often for 24 months or more. This makes it virtually lactose-free and creates highly digestible protein. But its true superpower is its incredible concentration of bioavailable calcium. As we age, bone density is a major concern, and getting enough calcium is non-negotiable for preventing osteoporosis. Real Parmesan is a delicious, natural way to fortify your bones. Let me tell you about Eleanor from Florida. At her 65-year checkup, her doctor warned her that her bone density was heading in the wrong direction. She hated the idea of just taking chalky pills. So, she started buying a wedge of real Parmigiano Reggiano and would grate it fresh over her salads, soups, and roasted vegetables every day. At her next scan, her doctor was pleasantly surprised by the improvement. It was a simple, enjoyable change that made a real difference. The best way to enjoy it is to buy it in a wedge with the rind still on. The rind itself is a sign of authenticity. Grate it yourself right before eating to get the full flavor and all the benefits. Our number 2 ally might surprise you: raw milk cheddar. This isn't the bright orange block of processed cheddar you find in every supermarket. This is a high-quality cheddar made from unpasteurized or raw milk. Why is the raw part so important? Pasteurization, while it kills bad bacteria, also wipes out all the beneficial bacteria. Raw milk cheese, when made safely by expert cheesemakers, is teeming with natural probiotics. Our gut health is the foundation of our overall health. A healthy gut microbiome lowers systemic inflammation, which is a primary driver of joint pain and arthritis. By eating probiotic-rich foods, you're essentially calming your body's inflammatory response from the inside out. Think of Frank from Texas, who for years had struggled with both nagging digestive issues and achy joints. He'd just accepted it as part of getting older. He swapped his regular sandwich cheddar for a slice of raw milk cheddar he found at a local farmer's market. Within a month, he noticed a remarkable difference. Not only was his digestion smoother, but his morning stiffness had noticeably eased. He was nourishing his gut, and his joints were reaping the rewards. You can often find raw milk cheeses at specialty food stores or farmers markets. It's fantastic on its own, or melted over a piece of whole grain toast. And now, for the number 1 best food on our list, Gruyere. This nutty, slightly sweet cheese from Switzerland is the undisputed champion. Its secret lies in the specific bacterial cultures used during its creation. These cultures produce precursors to one of the body's most powerful antioxidants, glutathione. It's often called the master antioxidant because it helps recharge all the other antioxidants in your body. It protects your cells from damage, supports detoxification, and directly combats the oxidative stress that breaks down joint cartilage and accelerates aging. Margaret, an avid gardener from California in her early 70s, loved her hobby but found her recovery time was getting longer and her hands and back were constantly sore. She started incorporating a little Gruyere into her diet, often in her morning omelet. She told her daughter she felt like she had more resilience. The aches were still there after a long day, but they were less severe and faded faster. She was giving her body the building blocks to fight back against inflammation. Gruyere melts beautifully, making it perfect for a healthier French onion soup, a gratin, or folded into eggs. Now that we've celebrated our 4 health heroes, it's time to turn to the dark side. It's crucial to know what to avoid, because these next 4 items can undo all your good work and actively contribute to the pain and health problems you're trying to prevent. The countdown of enemies begins at number 4, pre-shredded cheese. Yes, that convenient bag of shredded cheddar or mozzarella. Why is it so bad? To stop the shreds from clumping together into a big ball, manufacturers coat them with additives. The most common one is cellulose, which is a fancy word for wood pulp. You are literally eating powdered wood. They also often add preservatives like natamycin to prevent mold, which can disrupt your delicate gut microbiome. Think of David, a busy grandfather who loved making quick tacos for his grandkids using pre-shredded cheese. He often felt bloated and uncomfortable afterwards and just blamed it on the spicy food. He never suspected it was the indigestible wood pulp and chemicals in the convenient cheese that were irritating his digestive system. The conclusion here is simple. It's not just cheese. It's a cheese product loaded with fillers. You're paying for convenience with your health. The number 3 enemy is one of America's most iconic foods: processed American cheese slices. Those perfectly square, individually wrapped slices. The ugly truth is that these products often contain very little real cheese. They are what the industry calls a pasteurized processed cheese food. They're made from a slurry of ingredients including milk protein concentrate, whey, and chemical emulsifiers like sodium phosphate. This particular chemical is the real villain. Studies have shown that high intake of inorganic phosphates can place a severe strain on the kidneys and has even been linked to accelerated aging and vascular damage. Brenda grew up on grilled cheese sandwiches made with American slices. Now, in her late 60s, she was managing high blood pressure, and her doctor had noted some early signs of kidney strain. A nutritionist pointed out that her daily processed cheese habit was a major source of sodium and these harmful phosphates, directly contributing to her health issues. This isn't food, it's a chemical concoction. It's a frankenfood designed in a lab for shelf stability and meltability, with zero regard for your health. Our number 2 worst offender is fat-free cheese. It seems like a healthy choice, right? The package screams, guilt-free. But here's the secret. When you take the fat out of cheese, you take out almost all the flavor and the pleasant texture. To make it palatable, manufacturers have to add a whole host of things back in, like modified food starches, gums, and a massive amount of extra sodium to try and create some flavor. Worse yet, the healthy dairy fat is the very thing that carries the crucial fat-soluble vitamins we talked about, like vitamin K2. You're removing the best part. George was trying to lose a few pounds and switched everything he could to fat-free, including his cheese. He couldn't understand why he never felt satisfied after eating, and he was shocked when his doctor told him his blood pressure was creeping up. He was trading healthy, satiating fats for processed starches and a boatload of hidden salt. Fat-free cheese is a nutritional lie. It promises health but delivers a cocktail of processed fillers and sodium while stripping away the very nutrients that make real cheese beneficial. And that brings us to the absolute number 1, the most destructive food on this list, canned spray cheese. This product is an outright assault on your body. Let's look at the ingredients. It often contains partially hydrogenated oils, which are a source of artificial trans fats. Trans fats are so dangerous that they are banned in many countries. They are directly proven to cause systemic inflammation, raise your bad cholesterol, lower your good cholesterol, and dramatically increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. On top of that, it's loaded with artificial colors like yellow 5 and yellow 6 and a list of chemical preservatives. Think of it this way. Sam thought the spray cheese was a fun, harmless treat to have around for when his grandkids visited. He didn't realize that he was serving them, and himself, a chemical cocktail that directly contributes to the creation of the very arterial plaque he was taking 3 different medications to try and fight. Let's be perfectly clear. This is not food. It is an edible chemical product. It's a toxic impersonator that actively harms your joints, your heart, and your brain with every single bite. It has absolutely no place in your kitchen. So, we have explored a lot together today. On one hand, we've unmasked 4 enemies disguised as cheese, processed slices, pre-shredded bags, fat-free imposters, and spray can chemicals that are silently fueling inflammation and disease in your body. And on the other, we've discovered 4 powerful allies: aged Gouda, real Parmigiano Reggiano, raw milk cheddar, and Gruyere, that can help you find comfort, strength, and flexibility again. The choice is truly in your hands. Remember, knowledge is power, but only when you act on it. You do not have to accept living with daily aches and pains as a normal part of getting older. Small, smart choices made every single day are what build a vibrant, active, and pain-free life. Now, we want to hear from you. This is where the real learning happens in our community. Of the 4 good foods we talked about, which one are you most excited to try, or which is already your favorite? And more importantly, have you ever made a small dietary change that brought you big relief from joint pain? Please, share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the one thing that inspires someone else to make a change for the better. And finally, if you found this video valuable, please do us a huge favor and press that red subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss our next video from Seniors Daily. designed to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. Thank you for watching.